because it's encouraging you here to subclass Winter's Embrace on every other character too. Well, why the heck would I do that? Exactly. Why would you do that? Don't do that. Make one fun character and allow that character to do everything, like like you would in Final Fantasy XIV. Hey guys, today I want to explain subclassing in ESO for the basics of it for maybe someone who doesn't understand it, because I didn't understand it, and not only like maybe explain some of the bits that people don't understand, but also how some of it makes sense, because I think a lot of it's definitely made a lot of people mad. I looked online when I was trying to understand it, because, and I'll get to this in just one second. There's bits of subclassing I didn't understand, and I looked at some threads on ESO forums and on Reddit, and when people did figure it out, they literally said they wanted to quit the game. They probably didn't, because I know how it is being an MMO player. They probably came back frustrated. So let's talk about the frustration. The things about subclassing that can be frustrating, and explain the part that I didn't understand, because maybe this is where you're hanging up too if you don't understand. So ESO all but says that once you get this achievement here, right, for instance, Ardent Flame Master, my character here, Christia, just hit level 50, and in doing so, I mastered the Ardent Flame skill line and got this little achievement. You know, they've been handing out these achievements, and so people think, this is what I thought, that the point of those achievements is so that once you get a skill line to 50, you can now use it at 50 on any character. ESO definitely makes it seem that way, because a lot of people think the same thing I do. So that when I subclassed her, sorry, wrong button. When I subclassed her, I picked up Winter's Embrace and Bone Tyrant. And Bone Tyrant, which I have at 50, I have 250 Necromancers actually. I have Bone Tyrant at 50, and it started at 1 for me. I wasn't really concerned. I thought, oh, well, I guess I just misunderstood how that works. But I still didn't understand how it worked. I was like, well, that's weird, but I didn't mind. Now I'm going to explain to you my way of thinking, because this is the thing that tripped up a lot of people and pissed a lot of people off. And I want to explain how I didn't mind, and maybe with this way of looking at it, it'll make it not that bad. So ESO really misrepresented it. So they make it seem like once you get a skill to 50, you can use it on any character at 50, because they say that. And to be fair, you can't. If I were to get Bone Tyrant to 50 on Christia here, who is by default a Dragon Knight, if I were to get Bone Tyrant to 50 on her, then I could use it on any character 50, which seems really silly, doesn't it? So when you hear that, you think, oh, so they want me to level up everything to 50 and then level it all up to 50 on one character, and then I can use it as 50 on everyone. People are looking at it from a Pokemon gotta catch 'em all kind of attitude, and maybe some people play like that, and there's nothing wrong with playing like that, but that's not what it is. Now, if I hadn't understood it incorrectly, if I hadn't understood it that she could get everything at 50, I would just assume that she would have to level everything up, because Christy here is a Dragon Knight. What does she know about necromancing? You know, nothing, right? Now, different people play games differently, sure. Now, I leveled Christia up to level 50 pretty quickly. She just hit 50. Look, her gear is so crappy that her equipment bonus literally has empty stars in it. She just hit 50. And I hit 50 doing, seeing as few places in Tamriel as possible. I only quested in Glenumbra and here in, well, this is Bankerai, but Glenumbra and Stormhaven, where we came from, are the only two places I quested on her, because I wanted to start a fresh character. I had a concept, I had a subclass concept for her, which is basically these 3 skill lines here. I had this concept for her, and I wanted to get to 50, get these unlocked, and then explore the world with these skill lines. And that's exactly what I got. I didn't mind at all when I saw I'd have to level up Winter's Embrace and also Bone Tyrant on my Dragon Knight here, because I guess I did think that she would get them at 50. I was surprised when she didn't, but I was like, okay. But then I did want to know, well, what did I get wrong? Because everywhere I read, and it keeps saying this, everywhere I read, it keeps saying that they are at 50. I think that ZeniMax did a really bad job of wording it. Also, these achievements. So then people are like, I saw one Reddit thread, or it was maybe, I saw a thread somewhere where people were like, well, then what's the point of these achievements? Yeah, what is the point of these achievements? It's really misleading. They don't basically mean anything. Really. They do in the case of, they differentiate a mastered skill line from a subclass skill line. Now, I think I understand this correctly. She's got a mastered skill line she's got, okay, right here, Christia has her native skill line of Ardent Flame. She's got a mastered skill line of Bow Tyrant and a subclassing skill line of Winter's Embrace. Now, I think this is how it works. This is hard to understand, but basically, Bone Tyrant is a mastered skill line because she already has hit 50 in it. Winter's Embrace is a subclass skill line. Notice the little metal symbol or whatever that is by it. I don't have Winter's Embrace maxed out on a character. The highest I have it is level 30 something on a character. So my understanding is you can only have one of these at a time, right? So if you don't, for instance, Winter's Embrace, I don't have yet at 50. If I picked another skill line, I don't yet have a 50. Like, can I see? No, this is just showing what hers are at. Okay, so let's say Adric's Spear. Okay, let's say I wanted to pick up Adric's Spear, and let's say that it's not at 50. Then I couldn't take it on her because I already have Winter's Embrace. Because, you know, this one I don't have at 50 elsewhere. So I think the only thing that's the best way I can put it as quickly as I can put it. So I think the reason for those achievements that seem, you know, this right here, that seems like what's the point? It means it's a mastered skill, so it means that I could have two of those on a character, but you can only have one of the subclass one until it hits 50. Once she hits 50, okay, so Bone Tyrant here, which we've got mastered because I have a 50 with it. Once she levels her Bone Tyrant to 50, then if I subclass another character, that character could then take it at 50. Yes, I think a lot of stuff was misunderstood. I hope that helps you with this. Now, this wasn't, you know, this wasn't to be a guide on how to do or min-max subclassing. Hopefully I made that very clear in the title and the thumbnail. This is not meant to be like a guide on how to min-max stuff or grind stuff. So guys, I hope that this helped explain some of subclassing. If there's anything you didn't understand, or maybe, like I said, a lot of people were really angry about after the thought of having to level everything up again. But also, since she's already 50, yeah, you saw I just got Winter's Embrace leveled up. All I did was just walk over here. Yeah, her stuff's been leveling up super fast. Like, here's the thing. Since I subclassed her, okay, she just hit 50, right? Since I subclassed her, I have killed one enemy, literally one, just to, like, test out her skills, to see how cool it would be using Venomous Claw, Hungry Scythe, Ice Fortress, Brawler, and, you know, using all this stuff on one skill line. Also, I have it all piled on here so I can get points in them, you know. The point is, I've killed one enemy, and she has a 4 in Bone Tyrant and an 8 in Winter's Embrace. So if that gives you an idea. Now, I don't know how fast the level would be from here on in. My understanding is that Winter's Embrace, being a subclass skill, means it's going to level half as fast. Now, here's the thing. Also, another thing right here. It says that your progress... Okay, right here on my mouse over tool tip says your progress toward rank 50 with Winter's Embrace is shared with other characters that subclass into Winter's Embrace. It's not shared with Warden characters. Okay, Christy is my first subclass character. So that means it's not shared with anyone. That's something that's easy to misinterpret too. It's not shared with my Warden character. I have a Warden. This is not shared with her. This starts over. I think there's a misunderstanding in the overall philosophy of this. Subclassing to me seems like a way to do everything on one character, kind of like how you play in Final Fantasy XIV. And one thing I liked about that game is you could do everything on one character. This is kind of a way to do that. Christia, except for the fact that she has to have at least one Dragon Knight tree, can take everything now. And I think a lot of people are looking at it that way, and that's good. However, ESO is putting it forth in the way that you want to do everything on every character. And I think some people are looking at it that way because ESO is putting it out that way, because it's encouraging you here to subclass Winter's Embrace on every other character too. Well, why the heck would I do that? Exactly. Why would you do that? Don't do that. Make one fun character and allow that character to do everything, like like you would in Final Fantasy XIV. That's the way I'm looking at it as. So other characters won't share it unless I subclass it in them too. Well, then I guess I just won't be doing that, you know. Now, what did I pull this open to show? Oh, yes, that's right. So I believe this level's slower because it's subclassed. Of course, the skills also cost twice as many skill points, but fear not. There are, I'm told, enough skill points in the game to do every subclass, even at double cost on a single character. I'm told there is enough. Now, so having killed only one mob, she's already at an 8 on Winter's Embrace. Yeah, because here's the thing. I'll tell you how. because, well, she's level 50, so she's going to get more experience toward lower skill lines. And when I did the subclassing quest literally has you subclass right there in the quest, right? So I chose Winter's Embrace and Bone Tyrant, and when I completed that quest, that alone gave her so much XP, it leveled this up. There you go. So I don't think it'll be that hard. I think it'll level just fine. We'll see going forward, but so I wanted to take a more philosophical point of view on this as to possible misconceptions. Let me know if you had these misconceptions as I did, but also at the same time, like I said, I wasn't worried about leveling it up because, again, my Dragon Knight here, what the heck does she know about necromancing? She doesn't know anything about bones or skeletons, so we're going to go just have to learn that. Guys, I hope this video helped. Let me know in the comments below if it did. I think I would have liked to find a video like this when I was looking this up because I found a lot of frustration. I was trying to ask AI, and don't ask AI, guys. It will mislead you with all kinds of wrong information. I couldn't figure it out. So I got to figure it out. I hope this helped. Let me know. Thanks a lot, guys. See you next time.